I'm gonna fuel with a Monster Energy drink.
Not sponsored, by the way. Anyway, guys, we're joined here by Jazzfeezy. He's a great music producer. He's also an audio engineer from Harris Institute, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, in Canada.
Yeah, from Canada. Pretty great guy so far. I mean, I've been talking to him for a little while. He's worked with some pretty big names in the industry. We won't name drop just yet. You have to wait and see.
We're saving up the flex. Don't worry.
Exactly.
No, but I think it's funny, Jazz. Isn't it like? Have you seen Infinity War?
Yeah, we're talking Marvel, right?
Yeah. Avengers: Infinity War. Isn't it funny how Thanos is always about balance in life? I feel like you kind of reached that because you're good at music production, but you're ass at Fortnite. So how?
I knew that was coming.
So let's talk about that. So do you want to tell the listeners before yesterday, how you used to play Fortnite?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. So you have all your normal people use WASD. I'm the guy that if you go next to Enter Shift Control on the right side, there's these 4 arrows up, down, left, right. I was trying to play like that and kind of have everything around that. So normal people are loading with R. I'm loading with delete. People are changing guns and building with... It was pretty ugly.
Dude.
So wait, I have a question for you about that. Did you not wonder why reload was R and originally and all those keys are on the left side of the keyboard?
Like that's quite a reach,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would require using your brain. What had happened was I just loaded the game and then I forget whose tutorial it was when I first started in I think it was July when season 5 was. Some guy just said, "Hey, make the keybinds that fit you," and I'm like, "Any keybinds? All right." And then that's what has happened.
I mean, there's some people who use like ESDF, and that's just fucked up. That is weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I actually know someone that does that.
I tried. Remember, Corey? I tried for like 2 weeks. I couldn't get it. It's just weird. I don't care. It's fucking stupid.
I believe I still take the cake where I've placed the movements.
That was.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You have to understand, I thought all you guys were aliens, because when people are doing these 90s and they're building so fast, I'm like, how the hell are they doing this from the arrows? And how are they reaching over to F1, F2, F3?
Yeah, we're just quick like that. Like someone's like fucking spazzing out on the keyboard.
Yeah. We have wide letter hands, we can just reach it easily. Like one hand.
And then you know what happened? After I talked to you yesterday, I started looking at all the streamers and everyone's just tilting their keyboard a little. They're using ASD and I'm like, did I not notice this whole time they were doing that?
I don't get the whole keyboard tilting thing. I guess that's if you're leaning inwards, maybe that helps you. I don't know. It's weird. I have mine straight.
Yeah, I need mine straight. I don't have the actual space to tilt it though. That'll take up too much room for me. Now this tiny desk here.
I just feel uncomfortable doing that. It's so weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, man. But thank you for that tutorial yesterday, and thank you, Cormystic, for changing the values of my life. Now I can actually reload and enter guns and do proper things.
Oh, and now I'm fucking excited, dude. I'm excited for Save the World, though. I want to play that. I don't know. I just want the V-Bucks, dude. I don't care. Anyways. Oh, bless me. Local Live Canada. What's that all about? That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a train wreck. That's kind of like the local scene. So every city. So Barrie is about an hour north. Toronto is like the biggest city. And then all the other areas. I have a lot of farmland between Toronto and myself. And then you have like a city of 100,000 people. And then it's just more farmland. And then it just gets to the point where you have nothing but snow. So where I'm from, we had this local contest, local live, but the problem is the people that were entering were all 17, 18. They're young kids, but they normally sing country music. I'm a hip hop producer.
Dude, how do you even judge that? That is so weird.
I'd have to just go by singing and who could play the guitar coherently.
Well, I mean, there was other people that was on the show, though. Was it a show? What exactly was it? I'm a little confused about that.
It was more just like a local talent show. Some people, there were some randos that did a little bit of rap. Some dude came in there beatboxing, but it's here's the issue. Someone can sing like Carrie Underwood. How do you go against someone that can just is really ass at beatboxing?
Yeah. I feel
But
you.
what would people win? Is it like what was the win prize pool and shit?
I think it was like $100, and then I would produce a record for them for free. And then on top of that, they get some studio time at a. It's a pretty decent studio. You get enough your
Okay.
voice and stuff done. But the problem is the guys that won, it was a 1 year time limit on it. They come to me 1 year, 3 months later. Yo, we're ready to hit the studio and record with you. I'm like, yeah, no, chief, you didn't follow the main rules.
Dude, that's like what were they waiting for? Is my question. Like, what made them think
Yeah,
like let's
seriously.
wait a year and 3 months until we're ready?
They're kids,
You know?
right? They're 16. One day they want to do basketball, the next day they want to do this. So they won this
That is
contest.
true.
They
Yeah,
forgot all
good
about it, and they're like, yeah, I want to be a musician now. Yeah, let's hit the studio. And I'm like, yeah, negative. I can't be doing that.
I think that's like a good thing and a bad thing because like it's good in the way that you can try shit and eventually find something you like, but it's also bad that you don't fully commit to something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, but at the end of the day, they wasted their time, not mine. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
they
Like
entered
that's a bad
contest.
time to choose not to, fully commit. When you have studio time and we have a like established producer and all that shit.
Well,
I feel like
exactly.
that's pretty stupid.
And it could have went to someone like, let's say the second place winner. I don't really remember the runner up, but let's say she was a singer, piano singer, and she could at least got a proper demo. And I think the second place person in the situation was still pursuing her dream. So I'm like, we let an idiot win, and now they want to chime in, after the fact. It's just like, well, you know what? This is the real world. You snooze, you lose. On to the next. And
Yeah.
they tried to berate me, but I'm like, all right, bro. Your 100 Twitter followers, and 7 of them are probably your mom and parents and uncles. I don't care. Like, you can out me all you want, but it says right there in the bottom, must be retained within 12 months of winning. It's right there.
Yeah, dude. That's like it's their fault. Like there's no going around that. It's their fault for sure.
But
Here, let's go back in time real quick.
oh god.
So let's go back to 2005,
Okay,
back to Innisdale Secondary School.
that's my high school. That's a very long time ago. 32, by the way.
That was, yeah. I see you have a full like head of hair. Like, what happened, man?
Oh yikes.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to have like almost Goku level of hair. It was
Dude,
just
I'm
flowing.
looking at this. This actually looks pretty legendary. I'm not
Yo,
gonna
send me
lie.
the picture. This is interesting.
Yeah.
I was that dude, but then what happened was when I hit about 20, I started getting the George Costanza. For anyone that doesn't know a Seinfeld, you start losing the middle of your hair and you get the Caesar crown, so it goes around the sides. And I said, yo, I am
Wow.
20, 21. Shave it all off. Who am I trying to hold my hair for? It's already over, folks. Game over. Stay bald.
But that's I saw one dude at like it was like a family party kind of thing, and there's this old man, like he was probably like 50 to 60 years old, and he had this like little patch of hair in the middle of his head, and I just couldn't figure out like it's not like he's fooling anyone. Like no one's gonna be like, oh, he has a full set of hair. Like it was like you could count the hairs. You know what I mean? So
Dude, no,
I just-
I was at a barbershop and there was like this old man that came in, literally like that. And he was like, yeah, take about an inch off the top. And myself like, dude, it's not even an inch up there. Like,
dude, you're gonna be bald
do you
if you
mean?
take an inch of your.
But now you
It's so
understand.
funny.
I'm in my 20s. Why on earth would I do that to myself and replicate 50 when I should just chop it all off and people be like, hey, this guy's somewhat still young. You know what I mean?
But now
I feel
there's
you, I
like,
feel you.
because I have I'm 19 years old, so my friends are, anything from 18 to like 22,
Mhm.
And so like there's some people I see who like, they're like, oh shit, Arya, I'm getting bald, like I can see like, spots and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, just fucking Nike, just do it. Fucking shave it off. Like, and there's apparently like transplants and shit you can do now. I'm not too, into it. I don't know what's up, but that's cool that there's options,
I'm staying bald, bro. I don't care that much to pay.
No, not you. I mean, like the people are like, anxious about it. They're like, oh no, my hair.
No, but it's real. So Tyga and Tory Lanez, they've actually paid for what is it called, the hair filling in shit, and it was about $25,000. I don't care about my hair that much. And then here's the issue: you pay 25, now you got to maintain, go back to normal haircuts. Not to mention that you probably rub cancer all over your head by doing such things. I'll just stay bald. It ain't that deep.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, dude, there was like when was the World Cup? Like 2010, I think. My friend and I, funnily enough, he's about to go bald. But back when I was like 10 years old, we were like discussing. We were like, should we go bald? Like super casual, should we? Is it time? Like
At 10?
10-year-olds. Yeah. We're like, should we go? And I have fucking good hair. Like, I'm not losing hair anywhere. And I'm like, should I go bald? Like, should I do it? Luckily, I did not.
I would hope not. Like,
fuck no.
Yeah, 10
I just
is
feel
what?
like it wouldn't fit me. You know what I mean?
Grade 4 or 5, yeah,
Nah.
bro. If you started at the top of high school, that would have been a rough couple years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, dude. Nah, but like in high school, dude, I hated high school. Did you guys like high school?
Hell no.
It was so ass. Like people kept telling me like last year, they were like, dude, once you graduate, once you move on, you're gonna miss high school. Dude, I don't miss shit. The fuck you on about? I'm not. No, it was ass. Wait, you guys get 4 years of high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was the last in Canada. It was a little bit different. So I was the last year where you would get 4 years, but then they had an OAC class, so it's technically like an additional year of grade 12, almost like grade 13. Then they cut it off, but then what happened was you had anyone that was in school from 2000 and above, you could now do victory lap years. So after your grade 12, if your grades weren't up or whatever, you wanted extra credits, you could do a full extra year. So I actually did 5 years of high school.
Damn, that's actually kind of. I think we have like similar stuff here in Sweden, but I don't really know how that works. I don't care enough to like look it up either. But I think you can take like individual courses and stuff to do that. But that's pretty cool that there's an option for that. Isn't that so, Corey, Mr. Streamer?
Yeah, I was listening. But I had a question. So what exactly like pursued you, like made you pursue music? Like starting off, because I'm pretty sure you really got into it around like 2004 or so. Like what actually motivated you to actually start producing? Or even like engineering?
I even stopped back then. Like, so what? I would have been grade 11 when I got FL, pirated by the way. FL 3 or 4. It would have been SoundForge 6 or 7. And it would have been Cool Edit Pro. Before all the Adobe editions, it was the original Cool Edit Pro 1.
Yeah.
Back in that time frame, I was just listening to rap and stuff. And I guess remember like Limp Bizkit started getting Method Man and all these rappers to kind of like collab with Rack. So you have like rap rock kind of shit.
Yeah.
So when it was that, I'm just like, yo, this music is actually terrible. Like, I don't understand why. Like, and I think it was right before Soulja Boy. I heard about before he blew up and YouTube was like kind of starting off the ground. I seen this Soulja Boy guy. I'm like, yo, this beat is so trash. How can you not like? How can this not be done?
You remember what song it was? Was it what song is that? By Soulja Boy. It's like
Crank That. Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy
yeah,
Dance, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, the one song that he actually, got a name from.
Yeah.
Precisely. So it was that record, and I was just like, yo, like, this is not a hard beat. So then I recreated it, and I'm just like, that's it? And then you just get, like, vocals. So once I kind of figured out it was very obtainable, I'm like, all right, I'm just doing this. I was a jock, so I did basketball, football. And after that, I got, like, a really bad injury earlier on in my career. I was just like, listen, as much as I want to be LeBron James, because, again, that was the LeBron era when it was starting. He was like, yo, here he is, the cover of Slam, and he's only some dude out of Oakland High in his own respective high school. So it was this amazing thing. So while that was kind of unfolding, I'm like, if this guy could do it in basketball in high school, I'm pretty sure some musicians can do this as well. And that's what really just put me into it, is just my influences and my naiveness of like, shoot for the stars. But then I was actually able to do it, and I saw a little bit of success early. I was just like, why the hell not?
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because, like, I hear a lot about, like, people, just like you said, you, like, heard something and you're like, this is garbage and you can do better. Like, you knew you could do better. And this you did, Like, there's a lot of people who do that on, like, anything from, like, Twitch with streaming or fucking YouTube, shows, talk shows, videos, anything like that. Obviously, it's different in a lot of ways, but, it's essentially, that you can do better. Like, you see something, you're like, okay, that's garbage. I can do better.
I think that's what really motivated me, kind of thing. So anyways, I was an idiot. I didn't have the best grades in Canada. I think it was geography class. I failed geography. Geography consists of coloring maps and putting like, this is Canada. That's it. I failed this shit 2 times. So my 3rd time I passed. And why? Because I didn't want to color maps. I'm like, what kind of like, I'm getting graded 20% of my whole grade. And we'd have like weekly binders. 60% of my whole grade outside of tests was just weekly coloring and maps of a different location in Canada. What kind of curriculum is this? What is this?
Dude, I feel like school is just kind of weird. Like it's so crazy. Like you spend so much time going to school, and like a lot of it doesn't even matter. Like there's like some shit that I really am thankful for that I went to school for, like critiquing sources. But that's something that you could learn on YouTube. You're watching like a 20-minute video, you know?
Right.
But there's a lot of shit that you just don't use, like ever. You know what I mean? And you waste so much time.
Oh, for sure.
And it just like whose fucking idea was this, you know?
Yeah.
Like who just
just
stupid.
Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, to add on to your point, when I was going, I found out afterwards. My teacher told me as I was in grade 12, they're like, "Yo, this is like curriculum stuff. So if we were in 2000s, this is what they were doing in like 95 to 96. In Canada, I can't speak for anywhere else. We're always locked into a semester and a teaching style for 4 years. So when I was finishing school, people were getting the updates. This is how crazy it was. When I was in school, tomatoes were still vegetables, and towards the end of my school, as we're going, they're updating everything. No, it's a fruit. The Pluto, it's no longer the 9th planet. It's a moon. And I'm like, how trash are you guys that you can't even update it within 4 years? 4 years is a lot of time for shit to change on Earth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this, scientific discoveries and stuff like that. It happens like within half a year. Now you put 4 years on that context. Damn, dude.
But that's Canada. So you can imagine like how America's school system is, how it is in Sweden and Europe. Everything is always locked to 2 to 3 years prior. So unless you're that kid that's coming in year 1, you're learning the new stuff. But if you're in year 4 and everything's updated, that's kind of nuts.
Like, I don't know how it works in Sweden, because like I didn't even know this was a thing, you know. But the one thing that always bothered me in Sweden is that I feel like I was so unlucky with like what year I was in, because like when I was done with year 9 and year 10, that would be high school. So when I was done year 9, I changed school to go to high school, and then they started giving out like MacBook Airs to people, as study computers. I was like, what the fuck? I would have loved one. Like, wasn't I born year 2000 get a free MacBook? And then same shit happening in high school. So we got fucking Microsoft Surface garbage computers, like 4 gigs of RAM, like just terrible. And then once I graduated, they're like, yeah, so the new MacBook Pros, everyone's getting one. The ones with the touch bar on the top, Corey?
Mm-hmm. I know the ones.
Yeah, every student, like 1,700 students got one of those.
That's actually insane. Because those are not cheap at all.
No, and we got the most shitty, like, dude, it's fucking, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I'm going to fucking break a wall, but, like, it's fucking shitty, dude.
Wait, do they get to keep them, though? Like...
no, like,
okay.
So this is how it worked with the Surface computers. We could keep them for, like, 30% of, like, the market price. So I'd assume it's something similar with the Mac.
Probably, yeah.
Damn.
Because that's like 3 years after, so the price would go down either way.
I feel you. So I'm looking at your Instagram currently, and September 16th, 2018. By the way, Instagram is Jazzfeezy if you guys want to go look at his Instagram while I'm explaining this.
Plug.
I made it.
But, yeah, you made it. Mama made it. September 16th, 2018. You're in the studio, and I'm pretty sure you're playing Fortnite. Like, 100% positive you're playing Fortnite in the studio.
I'm gonna have to go to my home Instagram.
Huh?
So sorry, what were you saying there? I was what?
I said you are really addicted, aren't you?
That's the beginning of the addiction. When you know that you're in $1 million studio, your homeboy got the day rate for like $1,000 for like 10 hours. He's in there. He's like giving the performance of his life, and I'm out here just dropping tilted like shit, man. I just got this new skin. Like, what's good?
Actually, you just landed shifty.
I landed. Oh, I did. It even says in the thing.
Yeah,
See, I have to go back to the thing. Yeah, I mean, he was trying to do a serious session, but like as a producer, I've already produced the beat. We already had a rough of the vocals. I already finished the post production. So this guy's about to lay down vocals for the next 3 hours. What do you want from me? I'm not gonna sit there and watch this guy's mouth open, make this beautiful noise, and he's recording. I'm like, yo, fuck this, and load up the Fortnite, man. Let me get some shit going on in the background.
Were you playing with
that's
the
actually funny, dude. Holy shit.
And yo, they had a nice, that TV that you're seeing over there. Nice LCD flat screen, state of the art. But the beautiful thing is 65 freaking inches just sitting there. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna fucking make use of this.
One of the audio engineer was actually like watching the game instead of doing his job.
Of course,
He
dude. How's
was
that a
100% because
Dude,
Geek would
there's
finish
no
recording.
doubt about it.
He'd finish
Like-
taking a take, and he'd be like, "You Phil. He's like, "Oh, sorry, man. Yo, this guy just got killed. What an idiot." And I'm like, "Hey, man, you know what you signed up for when you were watching me. I'm a noob. Back then, I'm just starting to understand the up, down, left, right of the arrows."
Dude, I miss like the good days of Fortnite, man. That was so dude, Fortnite season 3, maybe season 4, top tier.
I came at 5,
just-
so I don't know.
You
Four
can't
fell
top
off.
it, man. Dude, you missed out. You missed out. Like, there's no denying that. Season 5 was AIDS.
That's when I came in. Damn, I have AIDS. Thank you.
Yes,
I
you
thought you
are
had cancer.
welcome.
You're cancer, right?
Sorry.
I said you're a cancer, aren't you? Though.
No, I didn't do the hair transplant thing.
No.
No,
he-
sign.
he's,
Yes. July
yeah.
12th.
Oh.
I'm a cancer. Yes.
Yeah, he's a cancer.
He's a cancer. Right? That's
Damn.
like such a nice thing to say to someone.
Damn.
You're a cancer.
Well,
What a lovely compliment.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at least there's no sign called toxic, because everyone would love that now.
I would,
Oh, you're
yeah,
not
for
wrong.
sure. Especially like TTV, people.
I don't think I've ever heard this word. Like, I think toxic was synonymous with that one shitty Pokemon. What was it, Ghastly or something? And he had like a toxic attack. This is way back.
Oh,
Cody.
yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
that dumb toxic word every time I'm watching a YouTube video of a highlight of something in Fortnite or some game, and I'm like, no one cares about this word. Why are you guys still using it? It's so stupid.
You are really sucking the past, man.
Holy shit, dude. Okay, wait. I have a topic. This is out of the blue. Okay, so I'm scrolling down and stalking you on Instagram right now, right?
Kill it.
And I see this post from when is this? February 2nd, 2017. It's a video that I have not clicked yet. It's from Gary Vaynerchuk. I did not know you followed him.
Yo, I think that was the time when I first heard about him, and obviously Gary's been doing his video shit, but that's when I first initially was brought to his attention kind of thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
this guy is really good. And then what ends up happening is you watch the same shit for a year and you go, this guy's saying the same shit. I need him to stop yelling at me.
Yes. Dude, okay, dude, that's so funny because he gives you like this perfect like first impression. Like he says shit and you're like, fuck, that's true. Like, why didn't I think of that?
Mm-hmm.
And then like as he said, like after a while you're like, well, I knew that. Like you're saying that, but that's the thing. It fucking works. Like you need to listen for him, for like a day, maybe a week, and then you just know it. Maybe you want a reminder here and there, but dude, honestly, he changed my life. Like I don't know about you, but I listened to him because I've always heard about inspirational people and shit, but dude, he's real. He's fucking down to earth.
He's very relatable because he shows signs of like, okay, I fucked up here, blah, blah, blah. He gives you clear-cut examples, and he's not scared of it, which is great. But the problem is he starts sounding like that one uncle or your dad or someone like, bro, you still haven't done anything with your life?
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, buddy, like, this is why I only see you 2 times in the year when it's holiday season. That's it.
No, I feel you. I only recently started watching his content again because I felt like I needed it.
Mhm.
Like I was in kind of a dip. I don't know, like content wise, I was like just burnt out. I don't know why, and I watched his shit and I'm like, fuck yeah, like this is what I needed.
Of course.
I don't think it works with everyone though. I don't think everyone will get like the kick, out of his stuff. I don't think that works. I don't think so.
I think it's per person, but
Go
yes,
ahead.
you're right.
So I know I mentioned that you've worked with like big names at the beginning of the episode. We'll go ahead and start a little bit on that. So you worked with Drake, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. Can't Have Everything on More Live track, that would be 17. And then your sister actually got you a cake with the album cover. And I said, congratulations, Jazz. How was the cake good? Like, I gotta know.
The cake for me being a fatter person, it was absolutely incredible. But I think what was kind of unique about it is everyone got the same, like if you're on the album, everyone got the same cut. And I looked at previous people getting placements and the celebratory cakes would usually be the album cover. But she was the only one that would actually get the song title. And it was a thing. And then I started noticing, okay, Murder Beats got a couple and someone else got a couple. So then after I posted mine, I'm not saying we're the first, but I could definitely tell you it's definitely the start of something I haven't seen prior to that.
Probably.
Because people would just get the album cover. If it was like, let's say you were on Nothing Was the Same, you would just get the cover. But since the incarnation of Spotify and iTunes, and now that they show you the actual name of the song and there's like a little format thing, and now it's like it's just the culture of, hey, that artwork belongs to this, and you have to have the name of the song as the official, and now it's just a thing.
Gotcha, that makes sense. So I know that album went platinum, and obviously, Drake would get like the plaque. Do you also get a plaque on that? Because you were part of the album, but like, I'm not exactly sure how that worked, the producer.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's always like 3-4 years after the fact. So it's like until he decides, like, let's say it goes platinum, maybe he's waiting till it goes double platinum. At double platinum, he's like, okay, I'm gonna call it here. When he calls it, obviously him, the label, and the publishing company will get it first, and then everyone else has the option, but has the option to buy their plaques. The artist and the label will always get it for free, but the actual producers, the writers, and everyone else, because that's not our album. It doesn't say Jazzfeezy's More Life. No, it says Drake's.
Yeah.
The rest of us have to pay. And from what I believe and understand, I think it's somewhere between the price of $750 upwards to $2,500, depending on how luxurious you want this plaque to be. You got to pay out of your own pocket.
That's fucking insane and
That
smart.
actually is.
It is. Absolutely.
Damn. I actually didn't know that.
Yo, let's start a fucking new company, dude. Let's sell some fucking
Plaques.
Yeah,
But you know what the whack thing is? So this is not on him. Say he just doesn't care about the accolation. Say he has too many plaques at his house, and he decides, like, I'm not going to get this plaque. I'm not going to go for second, double, or triple, or whatever. He opts out not to. If he decides that, we can't get a plaque at all. We can't override him. Yes.
That's
a
actually
heavy
insane.
hike. That is a heavy hike.
So right now he hasn't he hasn't chimed in to get it, and if he doesn't decide to, then that's just a plaque I will not be able to receive. Then you start seeing people making these custom plaques saying, "Oh, thank you, blah 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 blah." Like, the only reason they're doing that is because obviously the artist just doesn't want to. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And that's for successful
like-
artists. That's for successful artists. I mean, he's at like I'm not gonna say he's Michael Jackson, but he's our generations of like one of the greatest artists.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
top tier.
So he
Yeah,
has so
for
many
sure.
rewards. He doesn't really want to buy a house for all of his awards. It's a little bit ridiculous.
No, I feel it. I mean, I can relate. It's like,
100%.
yeah, I know what that's like. Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's the
Yeah.
knowledge on the whole plaque situation. The label and the artist have to clear first, and if they opt out not to, then no one else can. The only thing we can get is if I go to Billboard and it was #1 for 4 weeks, I can hit them up and say, hey, I'm the producer for this record. They'll double check with OVO and everyone. I'd like a plaque from the Billboard. It's different for them because that's charts. It's not RCA certified, which is only from the company that does certification of platinum records.
Okay.
So a little bit of hope.
So, given the opportunity, like, say for instance he does want the plaque, would you actually go out and buy the plaque as well then?
Yes, because it would make sense to, because, well, if he's giving the clearance, then you want to do it. But if he does not, then it's just, all right, cool. I mean, some plaques are good to get and obviously show off to other people. What I don't want is, say 6 years go down the road, my next goal is, all right, I got shut out on Scorpion. That's fine. There was a lot of great records there. I need to get on this next project. I don't want to, I go get this plaque that's 5-6 years from now it's out, and then I don't have another Drake record, because then you only really have one, and then you become this weird dinosaur, and you're in this weird parallel of, well, he got lucky once. It's talent to get it the second, third, fourth, and fifth time.
Yeah, of course. Like, you want to
Yeah,
stay,
that makes sense.
Keep making shit happen.
Of course.
Yeah. Funny enough, I want to talk about Twitch, because this is like a new thing for music producers. Streaming, the process of making, anything from a beat to a full song. And both of you guys stream music, and you're both affiliates, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, because you did just get your affiliation recently.
I mean, congrats to you. I mean, you're one of the reasons why I'm actually on here. I watched you and I go, yo, that guy's really dope. I need to do this shit. Not as a competitive shit, but
I feel like Twitch is so, uncharted as far as music production goes. There's no one that is okay, I hate saying this, but the ninja of music production. on
Dominant.
Twitch.
I mean, you say that, but also you have people like Nick Mirror and people that pop up and they would just completely dominate the.
But I mean, a consistent streamer.
Yeah.
This
He's
is
right
his
there.
side content. You know what I mean?
he's right. I
Yeah,
think
I
the
feel
only one, and that's because they're already a a mega DJ is Dead Mouse, the dude with the mouse on his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
He's on there time to time, but you're right. There's no one that's like every night. That's the ninja that has the highlight or the best beat or whatever the other day, and that's really what got me into it. I said, yo, here's an open space that's Twitch, Mixer, whatever platform you're using, YouTube, whatever. There is no one that has the legitimacy that isn't a type beat producer, that isn't on here, that can like be like, yo, I have these cuts with Drake, Netflix, blah blah blah. At the same time, I'm still doing it. But here's the difference: everyone else that does a beat and posts it up, unless it's another producer that's already gotten the record, they're gonna put type beat. But I can literally go, hey, here's Drake's sessions or here's my submissions for this album, and put up the beats, and I'm actually submitting in real time for those albums. That's something no one's
exactly
gonna
yeah. Like I feel like it's crazy. It's fucking insane actually how it's like still like that. How like no one's really taking Twitch and like fully committing to it. Like, because I feel like if someone like streams, let's say you have like you're working on commission, you have like this one artist and you're making beats for him, like 5 beats or some shit like that. You have a whole session, like let's say a week. All right, you have a week, you stream every single day during this week. Then you take highlights, put it on YouTube, maybe take like fucking IGTV, I don't know, Instagram, anywhere, and just fucking share content. You dominate Twitch because no one else is doing it.
And that's going to be my plan for the physical year going into next year and whatever. Because again, just like gamers, these guys are so fucking smart. They play with each other, but they'll take their biggest kill games the next day, upload it. There's their content for YouTube. But then they got the Twitch, and they both just, hey, YouTube guys, look at my Twitch. Hey, Twitch people, look at this highlight of YouTube. It just intertwines, and you wonder why, you know, Cypher a year ago, he was gaming, nothing big. He was still like maybe like 10, 20,000 deep on Twitch. Look at his followers today, 2.3 million. He's playing with Ninja.
Yeah, I know, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, you would never post on YouTube, like, when you do something that sounds shitty,
right?
You know? But when you get, like, something good going, instantly on YouTube or Instagram or wherever you put it, you know? And it's like, it's basically recycling content. You just take the best shit and put it out there.
But you just said it, though. You never hear anything shitty. So now, when you're watching Core Mystic, myself, or another musician, you get to see when they get beat block and work through like, oh, that's a whack snare, I got to do this. Oh, this part of the section of the beat is terrible, I'm just going to make a brand new one. You get to see people in their weakness and their downfalls and see how they recuperate to get that highlight for the next day. So you actually get to see the vulnerability, which if you're anyone that wants to be a musician or gamer, you're like, fuck, this person's real and I had to keep watching them, and you learn so much just by their mistakes.
Yeah, that's the parts you want to see, you know?
Like, personally, when people do that, like watching streams and stuff like that, I actually enjoy seeing that because I like to see their process. So, like, I'm pretty sure the first time I was in your stream, I'm like, hey, are you going to do any cookups? Because I really want to see your process. And just seeing that beat block and how people can overcome it in different ways can actually teach me on how I can overcome my beat block in different ways. Like, it spreads out, like, not my knowledge, but it spreads out my different, like, opportunities, like how I can manage something. So, I mean, I think it's actually helpful, personally.
I agree. And I think by watching your stuff, and I'm going to focus, obviously, in the future doing more beats in general, but the thing with my life is, it's like half of it is just like, I'll get an email from Ace Hood. He'll be like, yo, I'm in the studio tonight, send me like 3 piano beats. So I have to literally go through my folders and go, yo, piano beats or beats with primary piano. I have to get that pack ready. A lot of my stuff is submission based, which no one wants to see me put a beat pack together for someone. But on stream, sometimes when it's like, I get that message, I got to do what I got to do. It's the day in the life of how I live my production life. It's going to be different for everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
But
dude, so, like, it's fucking okay. This is just an idea I had, and it's similar to what Deadmau5 has. I don't watch him that much, but I've seen stuff, and he has like cameras like mounted up on walls and shit, if I remember. And like, imagine if you have this one studio, right, and just put up a bunch of cameras, like one maybe behind you, like over the shoulders, so you can see the monitors, or maybe one like behind the monitors, you know, so you can like change up the cameras. And like, dude, there's so much potential. It's driving me crazy. I wish I was a producer right now. Like, it's so much shit that people don't do. I mean, I don't really care that much about it, to be honest. But it's not my thing, you know. It's not like I'm not gonna sit and be like, yeah, you know, music is what I do. Like,
no, but listen, you got 2 people here. You got Core Mystic, you got myself. You could easily say, hey, you know, maybe try this for a couple of streams. If it ever branches off and becomes something, ain't no wrong with being the head of production on a very successful Twitch thing down the road. I mean, you got to think of this the other way.
That is true.
Let the idiots like me and him do all the work, but then you come up with the brilliant ideas to elevate the shows, and you can start becoming a consultant. Seriously.
I'll be the guy in the suit. I'll be the guy in the suit taking all the money.
Yeah, well hold on. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Okay. I think I've empowered him too much now.
No, that's right. No, dude. No, but for real, like, it's crazy though. It's fucking insane. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
Like, empowered. You work with Empire, like a really kind of like powerful show in a way.
How much did you think of that? Like before you said it, how much did you like prepare for that one? Like,
I mean, you have to be able to connect things, man. Come on.
God damn,
you guys have transitions. So yeah, you've done audio work with Empire, which honestly I have no idea what you've done with Empire. I know the fact that you've worked with Empire. So can you explain a little further on that one?
So what happened was I started really getting into TV and film. Like I just wondered, I'm like, okay, the whole reason why I wanted to do music is I think it was like when the Batman movie like first came out, the first Dark Knight, the Christian Bale one, when Christian Bale first became Batman.
Batman
Begins.
What was it called? Yeah, Batman Begins. Yeah.
And I heard that beast Hans Zimmer, that first score when he's just like running into the cave and he starts training and understanding who Batman is. I'm like, yo, what are those horns? What is this? What the hell is happening right now?
Dude, Hans Zimmer is insane. Like didn't he make the soundtrack for Modern Warfare 2?
Dude, just type in Hans Zimmer in Wikipedia and just dedicate the whole afternoon. This man's video game credits, movies, television, film, it is nasty.
Like, how does it do? Like, he's insane. Because I've heard his shit. Like, as you said, a bunch of video games. It's fucking like, because I feel like you can feel that it's Hans Zimmer before knowing it's actually him.
He's got a sound. He's got a sound, but he also has an army, right? So he has, let's say me and Core Mystic were working together. I'm the first. Right. I'm the Zimmer. He's my right hand. He's the second. If I'm not around, he can fill in the gaps that I can't. But now he has an army of like 20, 30, like, and this is how crazy it is. This man uses a different orchestration for each film. So an orchestra, a real orchestra, consists of 30 to 50 people. Imagine Core Mystic every single day or every single week in the studio has a whole brand new 30 to 50 people. You guys throw up the big video. Okay, there's going to be a fight. And now each symphony has to work with him and Zimmer to go back and forth to make music for a film. Bro, that's some next shit.
That's actually insane. Yeah,
you can make a whole movie about that. Honestly, that's insane. Fuck me, there's so much potential.
Or even like a documentary.
Exactly.
Yeah, like something.
Exactly,
man.
Or
you know how, this is maybe stretching it, but have you seen The Office?
Nah, I'm not an Office guy. You're not all my homies that produce, they love The Office.
I haven't seen it yet, but like
so
the way
amazing.
They film it, the way they film it, you could do it like that. I want to see it though. I want to see both the UK version with Ricky Gervais and the I almost said NA, but the American version with who's that guy? Steve
Carell.
Yeah, that guy. Dude, he's kind of funny but boring at the same time. I don't know.
He's just like awkward. I don't know how else to explain it.
He's like Paul Rudd, man. They all have their comedy. Either you're gonna love it or it's just like, ugh, like no, too cringy.
Dude, Paul Rudd to me, he's Phoebe's boyfriend in Friends. You know, I can't see him as AntMan. I don't know, man. Because I've seen Friends like 5 times. You know.
What's that movie? I Love You, Man, with Jason. I forget whatever. I just think of him as that same dumb character.
Let's see. I Love You, Man. Oh. I don't know. I feel like he's like, you see him in one show or one movie, and that's like he's that person.
Yeah, he's just one-dimensional. That's it. So.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
I don't know. I feel like, dude. By the way, have you seen the AntMan memes that are popping up?
For what is it? The Avengers 4?
Avengers 4, yeah. About him. I'm not going to get into details, but it's a very strategic plan that is slowly becoming a very strange meme.
What is?
I'm not going to go into detail.
Like I've seen the trailer. I've seen the trailer and I've seen whatever, but I'm not aware of the meme. Like, are they trying to? What are they trying to do with the meme, or what are they really trying to invent?
All right. So the meme is that Ant-Man could easily just go into Thanos' butt and then expand.
Oh my god! Why did I ask?
Hey man,
like
you did
such a stupid thing like to say out loud. Like I wanted to explain it without saying the words, but here we are.
This is life. This is real. This is happening.
I mean,
Marvel, hire me, please.
It would be pretty tunnel vision, huh?
Yikes!
This is a one-man show now, Corey. It's been fun.
Yeah. The other host logs off.
Yeah, that's too bad. No, I'm kidding. Oh,
So,
shit.
okay, you worked with Empire, you worked with Drake, you've worked with Young Thug, Lil Yachty, Lil Durk, Rick Ross, Ace Hood. The list goes on, you know.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt. I don't think I answered your question. We got into Hans Zimmer and we went to another part. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So hold
I
on.
don't even remember my question.
The question is, how'd you get into Empire and what did you do? So here's actually what
Yes.
My apologies,
That's right.
because I totally forgot to answer the question that was said. We got into AntMan and it just went downhill.
Yeah.
What happened was I reached out to someone. It's just a cold email. I didn't know anyone. I just searched. Okay, I go to LinkedIn. I go Fox music supervisor, and this lady Nicole's name comes up, and she had it for some reason. She had her email there, so I said, "All right, cool. Hey Nicole, I'm Jazzfeezy, and obviously this is around 2017. I literally just got the More Life credit, so that obviously helped. Hey, my name is Jazz. I just got this record with Drake. I'd love to submit something or just kind of like understand how Empire worked." She hit me back the same day. They were in the middle of the season. They were looking for music, and they said, "Okay, cool. Hakeem, the young rapper on the show, he needs a rap record, and the scenario is he just broke up with his girl. So the lyrics have to be about breaking up with your girl, but watch the show." So I watched binge watched the season in like 3 days. And and he was just a really cocky kid. So literally I would be doing the music for it. So I made the beat. I found a songwriter that kind of sounded like Tyga, which is kind of Hakeem's vibe. I got him to literally rap and sound like Hakeem. We wrote the record together. I submitted it over. They hit me the next morning. "You're the only one that submitted. Our submissions are between 12 and 24 hours. You got the gig."
Nice.
And I got the record in Empire. And ever since I've been working with them.
That's so
It's actually
cool.
pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie.
I fucking love hearing these stories, like when people reach out and they actually manage to like take these opportunities. I love stories like that. It's just because that inspires me more than like, generic ass inspirational quotes. Like that is so cool. You know what I mean?
She told me, and this is obviously speaking of the music supervisor realm in terms of the people in power to put music in television and film. She said, "Hey, all of our shit's on LinkedIn. You can find us." She says, "Here's the secret. Go watch any movie. Okay, go to the very end of the credits. There's a reason why they're there. If you look at the credits, if you look at John, let's say Smith, you can go search John Smith on LinkedIn. He's the dude that does all the shit for Marvel. Guaranteed his email's there or his assistants. Go reach out to him. Say, 'Hey, I'm so-and-so. I've done this. Or, hey, I'm an aspiring producer. Are you looking for music?' If they hit you back, if it's a 24-hour window, cancel your plans. Get something submitted to them, because if they know you can work fast, that's it. One of the Empire ones I got, I had only 6 hours. They're like, "Okay, here's the brief. Here's the scene. This is the music we need." And I had 6 hours to do it. I nailed it. They said, "You're the guy for the job." Sync is not like artists where you hoard beats for 3 months. You might take it. It's like, yo, you literally have 6 to 24 hours. And if you don't submit the full song, they're going to go with the first person that did the best job, or can the scene, do a rewrite, and just take the song out of the music.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
That'd be so stressful. Oh my god. Especially if you need to find an
that is-
artist, like for vocals.
Yeah, well, I mean, so how you started looking for that gentleman on SoundCloud the other day, I have a Rolodex of SoundCloud rappers, a Rolodex of female songwriters, female rappers. So if I know tomorrow, okay, yo, we're doing a Coca-Cola commercial, Cardi B is going to be rapping, but she needs like some parts written for her, go. You have 24 hours, go get it done. I know that, okay, I know I'm going to make the beat. I got to hit this girl up, make sure she's available, make sure the studio's available, get a budget for it. And sometimes, again, in sync and film, you have to pay for the mixing and mastering and deliver the final product, and maybe be out like $1,500. But say you get the Nike commercial or the Coca-Cola commercial, brother, that is anywhere between 100,000 and like 1.2 million, depending on their budget.
Yeah,
That's
is
actually
absolutely
insane.
insane. Yeah.
Or
beat you to it.
or you pay the 1,500, they say you got it, and then they can the commercial. You're not getting that $1,500 back, but hey, welcome to the sync side.
I mean, you win some, you lose some, Like,
Absolutely.
it's stupid not to go for the opportunities, you know what I mean?
Of course. But when people are like, yo, how do I make it? Well, then that's how you make it. You better have some engineers on deck. You better have some writers on deck. You better have some money that you're willing to lose. And if you really want to do it, I could tell you one instance where I lost $2,500 in 2 different songs that never got placed with Empire. But I can tell you handsomely, I've made up for that and then some with like the 5 records that actually got placed over 3 seasons.
Oh, I can imagine.
So It's a gamble, but you got to put your money where it is, because everyone's always like, you need this VST, you need this VST. Well, more importantly, you need the writers and the people that I don't rap, I don't sing, but you got to have the people that can do that part while I'm making the beat, and then find the engineer to mix it. You got to have everything pretty much. You have to be a factory and have everything, because if I went to her and said, yo, I don't have enough time for the mix, I'd be like, that's perfect. We're going to take Jimmy's over here because he knows how to actually work. Thank you. Next submission.
God damn it, Jimmy.
God damn it, Jimmy.
But okay, so if you work with Empire, but I also know you worked with like EA. What have you done with or EX, for example?
EA Sports. So there was a video game. I don't know the name. I might be butchering it. It's like a race car game called Forza Horizon.
Oh yeah, dude, that's insane.
That's a pretty big game.
So one of the songs that they needed was literally like, okay, we need a high energy trap record that kind of goes in between the title screen. So one of the loading screens within, you might hear like this really heavy beat. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, bro. It was like maybe $2,800 all in USD. But I'm like, cool. They literally just needed a minute loop that they can just keep looping it forever, because video games is just the same music on loop.
Yeah.
I did it, and then I have EA's contact, and that's what's letting me now, because it's EA Sports. They said, okay, yo, this year we got the upcoming NBA, NFL, and NHL games. We'd love for you to now find an artist that's unsigned and produce a record for those video games for the soundtrack side. I said, perfect. But I did the shitty job I didn't want to do the shit that I actually love to do, which is, you know, get my own people in there and make a record that I'm proud of and showcase that for a soundtrack.
Dude, like the sports games, like NBA, FIFA, all those shit, like the songs that they put in there are some of the, like, I know my friends, like, they find music through FIFA. Like, right. I'm not messing around. Like, they find artists, like, they're like, oh, you know that song in that loading screen, you know? When you play Ultimate Team and shit like that, and they send me songs through like Spotify, Apple Music that they found on FIFA. It's fucking insane.
But now you know why it's unsigned people. They get guys like me to find unrefined talent. So now we're breaking. So essentially, EA Sports is breaking a brand new artist, and not now. Watch this. If we go get Meek might be like, yo, if you want this record, yeah, $1 million. But
yeah, I want to say they're saving money.
But if you pay someone like us, they say, okay, yo, you pay whatever, $2,500 for the recording, whatever it is. We'll give you, let's say, $10,000. But now you get to break the artist. You get to keep 50% of the sales, and now you've given an artist career. And now we're gonna use you the next 7-8 video games. Sign me up. I don't care. I'll take the 10. I ain't allergic to money. Bring it over.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But Arya's the guy wearing the suit. He's gonna take the money.
I mean, he's
going
I'm
to. I'm the guy who like. I have like a little fine in the contract, you know, somewhere saying that I take 70%.
Dog, this guy's gonna be our Gary Vee. He's gonna keep yelling at people, "You could do it. Stop being a bitch."
Dude, I saw Gary Vee. I saw one of his videos, and he kept calling this guy like on stage. He was like, "Listen, bitch!" Like he kept calling him bitch, and like I didn't think much of it, but when I read the comments, there's so many people. They're like, why are you so mean? Why do you keep calling that poor guy a bitch? Like, he was just genuinely, like, asking for advice. It's like, no, you're wrong, bitch. And
that's what put me off. I agree with that. That's what put me off. I'm like, my man, you are like 4'11". Let's just calm down for a bit.
No, it's funny, dude. Like, because I didn't even think about it. Like, I heard the words,
right,
but I was like, that's just how he is. Like, he gets excited. Like, you can see it. Like, you can see when he's on stage. You know when he's like fucking genuinely excited, and when he's like, you know, why am I here? But he takes a lot of opportunities, and I think a lot of people should do that too. You know, like just do content.
Absolutely. Listen, a lot of the stuff is recycled, but who cares? If you're first time listening to Gary Vee in 2019, this week of March, if he even put the same shit that I watched in 2017. It's a new person. It's a new year. People forget what's been reiterated. And if it's just another way of saying, hey, believe in yourself, take a risk, take the opportunities and go, it's not really like that worse of a message. You know what I mean? It's not telling you to go cheat on your wife. You know what I mean?
No, because I believe he said something like, because he knows that people say that he says the same shit, right? But I remember I was laughing out loud because he said, well, no shit. Like, I'm not going to make shit up, you know? Like, as you say, it's just a new way to say what's already established.
Absolutely.
You know, just go for it. I think like the best slogan is Nike's "Just do it." It's just so pure and it's so good.
I know, you use it all the time.
It's so fucking good, dude. And then you had a forehead after it. Just do it, forehead. And it just.
Funny thing is, Jazz doesn't even know what that means. Forehead.
It's a Twitch emote.
Yeah.
It's over for me, folks. This is where I log off on the podcast. I don't know what's going on. These guys are talking emotes. It's time for me to retire.
By the way, we're gonna have to set you up on some like better Twitch TV emotes and stuff.
Dude, we could
like
honestly,
Poggers, for example. Like there's Pog. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so for the old people, what the hell is a Pog, and what does it mean when someone's a Pog champ? There's Pogs. You remember Pogs back in the day? You had those 4 flimsy little card circular things, and you had a slammer, and you hit it, and it would flip. That's when I'm like, what is
no idea what you're talking about.
that's a Canadian thing, dude. I don't know.
It's a world thing. Yo, type in Google, type in Pog and Slammer.
You're
Pog
gonna get
Slammers.
an image from Twitch, dude. If you search Pog right now, there's no way. Oh,
These
the
things,
fuck
bro.
is
Remember
this?
the slammers, and they had like a stack of these, and then you use the slammer to hit the stack. How many more flipped, you'd win. So when people are saying Pog, I'm thinking they mean this ridiculous game in the 2000s or in the 90s. So I'm like, huh? There's no way you're talking about this garbage.
This is when children actually had a childhood.
This is
is-
before
yeah.
phones,
Without
before cell
iPads,
phones.
iPads.
Dude, it's so fun. I was with family today, before I started recording this, and my younger cousin is like 7 years old. He got $50 from his mom for a thing, and it's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to buy V-Bucks and Fortnite skins. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like kids are stupider now than before.
This is,
You know what I
This
mean?
is true.
I can see that.
Cause like I feel like, and I blame Epic Games. All right, I blame Epic. No, I'm kidding. No,
Well,
don't sue
we
us.
say that, but Jazz did fail geography 3 times.
That is true. Maybe it's Canadians and the newer generation,
It might be.
I gotta log off.
and then
now.
like
This is too much.
the
This is
younger
too real.
generation plus Canadians are like extra stupid. I don't know. It's a possibility. Honestly, though, I prefer Canada over the U.S. because it's just
Oh,
better.
really? Oh, okay.
Because I mean, there's a lesser chance you die there. I feel like.
I mean,
You know,
depends on where
like-
you are. If you're in like Toronto,
Do people like shoot other people there?
There's some tough guys here. I don't know. There's a whole different culture when it comes to certain things here, and I'm just kind of like, hey, I live in farm country in the middle of nowhere. We have 100,000 city before you get to nowhere else. There's bad people everywhere, man. I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, and French people.
Oh, that's
Which is-
Quebec.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I never understood why you guys speak 2 languages. Like, how is that a thing?
Because you really don't know history. Holy shit!
I don't know NA history.
I can tell.
Why would I know that?
However,
Okay, good point.
However, people from France look at the French speaking that they do in Canada and Quebec and are just like, that's like saying you're American to them. They'll be like, what? That is not French. Get out of here, please. And what I mean by that, I'm sure Corey, you might have got this or not. On the other side of the world,
Yeah,
if you
I
go
did.
to Europe and you say you're American, they will detest you. But if you say you're Canadian, for some reason, they're a little more abrasive to you.
Yep.
But that's the thing, because obviously I live in Europe, and like to us, like our view on America is what we see on Netflix, you know? Because like,
Oh, no,
it truly is.
seriously?
No, for real. Because like, if you go to like,
Family
'cause- no, obviously not. But like, I feel like I'm in a different boat because like I talk to Corey, and I have like, on Discord, these NA people.
Oh, your image is like
unfortunately.
even more fucked up.
Yeah, my image is fucking messed up, dude. But like, if I go to like my Swedish friends and I ask them shit about America, they're like, "Well, you go to school, get shot. That's about it."
What?
Yeah, because that's what we hear about. We don't hear about like the good shit because we see the media and we see the movies. Like we see Taken. We're like, well, don't get a daughter.
Oh my god.
For real. Obviously I'm a little sarcastic, but like, it's weird, and that's why we don't travel to America that often.
Now I see your point. Listen, media is a big thing. They definitely do highlight that and one gentleman's political views all the time when it comes to the States.
Oh, dude, no one likes Trump here. That's so funny. Like the media, because I don't know much about politics. I don't want to get into it too much.
No.
Well, like, there's nothing positive on media here about Trump. I don't know how it is over there, but like, you have to fucking search to get something positive. In general about your country, honestly. Not Canada, America, that is. U.S.
I think yeah, it's so much clickbait, but yeah, that's just what it is. That's the
You're
era we're in right now, unfortunately.
Dude, clickbait is ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, during one of your streams recently, kind of recent, like a month ago, you did that whole Nicki Minaj thing where you had a call and there's a chance that your track might be on her next album. And I remember like your face whenever you came back from after the phone call, like you're ecstatic, like you could tell. You entered the stream right away. I'm sure you went to your wife, told her the news and everything. Had a great time that night. Wink, wink. But
Yikes.
I was wondering if, like, what was your reaction about They Can't Have Everything whenever you found out that you were on More Life? Was it like the same? Was it bigger?
I'm gonna break that off into two things. So to reiterate what happened that night, I found out, but they said send files for ultimately when a manager or the label calls and says, hey, you got one on Nicki, send the files. When you're sending files, it means that they've cut the record and they're ready to mix. If they're ready to mix, there's a very high percentage that it's going to make the album.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was ending the stream and I was telling everyone, I gotta go, whatever, I actually had to end because I needed my computer so I can open up the said beat, not play it, because if I had it open and I was still streaming, people were like, why are you opening that beat and rendering out the files? Oh, it's for Nicki, you'll play it. I gotta end it. So when I was kind of ecstatic, I'm coming back and I had 2 records. And as I was ending the stream, I still had that dumb look because it was like, yo, actually, you have a third. We're just going to the engineer. And then I'm trying to end it, and I'm like, yo, okay, I got to go, whatever. Right when I ended it, I got a 4th. Then I ended again, and I'm completely off now, and I'm rendering the first 4 beats. I got a 5th. I got a 6th. So I have 6 records with her, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, prior to that stream, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? What a universe I'm in. You get 1 record, you know, it's good, you're good. You get 2, fine. You get 4, it's something else. You get 6, and now you don't even know what to do with your life.
That's insane.
Well, actually is insane. I didn't know it was that many.
But
it's actually really dope.
You know, by today's standards, one producer rarely gets more than 2 credits. 1 is like, okay, they got 1, they're supposed to. 2 is like, they did well for themselves. 3, now you're looking at something else. But if you get like anything above 2, and I'm in the realm of 6 right now for today before they made any final cuts, it's just like, yo, this guy's like, I have an actual chance where if they want, they can make me an executive producer. If there's 10 records and I have 6, an executive producer credit is something they don't give a lot of. So when you're in that realm, it's like, yo, now you're speaking the tier of Timberland, Dr. Dre, someone who's done the majority of the album. They get the vision. It's completely different. It's actually getting a production credit, that's fine. You're a producer for an album, but getting an executive producer of an album, it's like the ultimate. It's like, yo, you're a staple of the music, and now you're a record producer where it comes to like, that term isn't even given right now anymore. It's just you're a producer or a beat maker for a song.
That is so cool. Like, and that's like something you can easily flex with. You know what I mean? I feel like that's super flexible. I don't know, man. Like, you'd be like,
that's what you got out of all of that.
Well, I mean, no, obviously it's cool in many different ways, but I mean, like, you know, when you're chilling with someone, you know, and they're like, well, I got a race at work, and you're like, yeah. You know.
But, same thing. To follow back, so the Can't Have Everything, yo, literally the day it came out, 2 days prior, is when I found out I made the album. So if it came out the 17th, I found out, oh, no, it was the 14th. It was 3 days. It was the night of the 14th we found out we made the album. But the problem was I had 2 records. So one I did with my homie Steve, and the next one I did with my homie Chris. But we didn't know which record made the album. So when it was coming out, I gave 2 different credits. So when we're listening to the album live on OVO Sound Radio, when the record plays, I'm just like, okay, I got the one with Steve. But Chris was listening to it. How hard is it to kind of swallow the pill that, like, damn, I didn't make the album, but I had a record that was on there that just got cut last minute.
That must honestly suck so much.
So I felt really bad that night. As stupid as it sounds, it's like my greatest accomplishment in 2017 at that time for my career. The creme de la creme. I'm feeling super happy that I got one, but I'm feeling super depressed that, like, yo, my next homie didn't get it. It would have been wicked if both records made that album and I had 2 cuts.
Yeah, that's like, I feel like that's, because you obviously want your closest, you know, friends and best, like, you know, people you hold near, like, you want the best for them too, you know? Like, you can't be fully selfish, and yeah, that must, like, but that's like, obviously it's a punch, you know, but you learn from punches, man. Now, maybe I don't know much about producing, I don't know much about networking within, like, that community, if you will, but maybe found something out. I don't know.
Oh no. So
Speaking,
that's the crazy part. Before I let you finish, when Chris didn't get that, the next year we had this song Ohana Bam Rebels that me and him produced for just for Atlantic artists. He was like a C or D level artist. They didn't really put too much money into him, but this guy was the king of syncs. See, before that, he got the theme for another song for Madden 2017, and he had a trailer for a bunch of movies, and he was the theme for Royal Rumble, if you're a wrestling fan, for then. So me and him get Rebels, and in that year, the one song that we did got synced into like 10 different movies, 3 different trailers, 4 different TV shows, and I made more money off of that song than I did the Drake record to date, significantly.
That's
really, that's insane.
Damn.
So Chris is all right for his loss to not getting on the Drake album. He made so much more, and I got most of the Empire records with him as well. So that kind of pivoted him and got me into TV and film because he wanted to just focus on that. Me and Steve obviously still working with T.I., still doing the stuff with the artists, but now it's kind of like one dude's excelling on the artist side, one dude's doing TV and film. They're both my homies, but we're working, but everyone's now doing their passion.
And that's nice, It's a win-win, honestly.
So through that loss, look at that victory. I mean, you can't even compare. I mean, it's great to get a Drake record. Obviously, I have the most respect, but there's something about getting one record used multiple times in TV and film over and over that, goddamn, like it's just a different experience.
And that's kind of similar to what we said before with like recycling content. I mean, now content being this, this production, like it's reused in, as you said, trailers, TV shows, whatever. Fucking, you don't need to have a lot of, what I'm trying to get, like a lot of different shit, because I know there's some people have hit me up about being on the show, and they're like, well, I make a lot of beats. Well, like, I feel like there's more to, and same with like YouTubers, who like, I make a lot of videos, I make a lot of streams, I stream a lot of hours, but like, I feel like it's very vague saying that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, you guys obviously have a show that they want to get on, so they got to sell themselves and being like, yo, I'm a YouTuber, I create content, whatever. If you don't have the accolades and the credits, you're going to use whatever you actually do and try to boost it. So it's like, you see them as value, so you're going to bring them on the show. But if they're just like, yo, man, like, I just do beats time to time, and like, I'm not taking it seriously, but yo, let me on your show, like, I'm worth it. You're going to look at that guy and be like, are you handicapped? Like, that's not what this gig's about.
Oh, but
there's geography 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, only I can do that. That's legendary shit. Hey, I failed twice. I passed the third. Hold on now.
Oh, that's true. That is.
Hold on. That's the flex that we don't need right now.
Yeah. So if you are bad at Fortnite, hit us up at info@thenotboringshow.com. We're taking applications right. No, I'm kidding.
But okay, so wait. Back to what he was talking about with networking.
Yep.
So you were mentored by T-Minus and Boy Wonder, right? That, like, those are pretty big names in the industry. And how did you even meet them to begin with?
Back at the end of high school, so we're going back now to 2004 or 5, my last OAC additional year of grade 12. I heard of Battle of the Beatmakers. It's a beat making contest in Toronto where they literally find the best producers in they call it the GTA, the Greater Toronto area. So they had a contest, and I heard about Boy Wonder through one of my friends. Hip Hop Canada back then was like the original Reddit, so that was like the forum where all the rappers and producers would come there to talk shit, post their links, and that was their community. But this is way before Reddit. And I heard about the Beatmaker battle, so I reached out to Boy Wonder. This is MSN, ICQ era where you had AIM and all these like older technologies. So I got his MSN. I hit him up. I said, yo, you're going to be at the Battle of the Beatmakers tonight? Yeah, I'm competing. Cool. I go to the third one. This man dominates, wins. I think he was in the grimy category. So you'd make like nasty sample Kanye beats, like the Heatmakers and shit like that. Absolutely dominated. Anyone against them, they were Thanos immediately. Completely like back to the lobby. It was phenomenal. And I said, yo, man, like awesome work tonight. He's like, oh, Jazz. I'm like, yeah. Yo, cool. Come to Ajax. I didn't even have a car back then. I'm all of like 17 or 18. So I took 4 buses from Barrie to Toronto to Ajax to the local area bus station, this man's house. And for 5 hours of travel through multiple buses, I get there, I meet him. He takes me over to Tyler Williams' house, T-Minus, later on. And from that day, I would just be like, yo, here's and back then it was like, you know how hard drives are so advanced. Back then, I think 500, no, it was megabyte. Oh, it was under a terabyte. It was under a terabyte. I'm like, yo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Here's like 500 megabytes of drums. And these guys are looking at me like, there's other drums out there outside of the Dr. Dre and Little John pack in 2004? Yeah, here's this. Just by me giving them drums and not asking for anything in return, I said, yo, let me just give you guys this because I'm willing to share. It's all good. We're all producers. We formed a friendship that day. And then this is prior to Drake blowing up and shit. I was always around them. Insert 40, Drake, Do What You Do comes out in the city. Replacement Girl with Trey Songz, Drake's big first feature comes out. Then he gets signed to Wayne, Young Money. I was always there as that was unfolding. So imagine being a part of history and you're around Wonder, who's pretty much synonymous with 40 and doing all that. And later on, T-Minus has I'm On One for Khaled and Hell Yeah Fucking Right for Drake and a bunch of other records. I just happened to get early enough with them to just show that I'm an honest guy, sharing drums and just being a kind person. And that's all it took to I've always been around.
That's actually insane.
So
like, holy shit.
That's like I always do the same thing. I was watching your stream and I'm like, yo, those drums are cool, but like even though they were my drums, whatever, I'm just like, I'm never gonna tell someone to buy my drums. Yo, bro, check these drums out. If they help you, they help you. If not, whatever. I just always do the giving back to other producer thing because it got me so far. It's nothing for me to give everyone like let's say I created like a gigabyte of drums for my own drum kits and loops. Yo, you guys take it and use it. I don't even need you guys to pay and support. As long as I'm helping you out, I'm good. I feel like a good person that I gave someone something for free that it might be my work. I don't give a shit. I help someone. That's it. That's the whole.
That's like kind of how you guys met, though. Like
it is.
You checked his Twitch out, right?
Literally, but I saw he was doing some great work. But I'm like, yo, this guy's drum selection. I'm just like, this ain't it, Chief. This is some random drum pack he's using. So I say, yo, it doesn't even have to be mine. I only gave him one pack. I had like 4 others. I said, I don't want to be too like impose my will, but I say, yo, take these drums. If they help you, all good. But it was just more of a like, I see someone grinding and I appreciate them. If I can help in any way, if the drums help, cool. If they didn't, oh well, you got some free sounds. You didn't have to pay, but at least you know the genuinity was there. I didn't ask for anything. I'd say, yo, try these out, kill it, man. Like I'm just enjoying the stream.
Yeah.
So
that's insane. So all right, one last topic I wanted to bring up before we run out of time.
Please don't say Fortnite. I've had enough bashing for one night, please.
Fine. All right. The other topic I wanted to bring up, MySpace. So on your MySpace, it says that you're mixing hit records and showcasing your talents and what you can do every Monday. So how's that going on? I mean, this Monday I didn't see anything about it, but
hold on, you still have a MySpace account? Let's talk about that.
Yo, first of all, that showcasing every Monday, bro. That was so long ago. I've never updated that shit from like 2014. Oh God. But yeah, I think in 2014 in my YouTube channel, what I wanted to do that year anyways was just like, I seen all the type producers. Oh no, it was SoundClick producers. So people would be like, Dr. Dre would use this beat. Before the whole type era was in, people would just put the name of the producer they loved the most and then just pretty much a type beat thing. I would put out every Monday just beats that weren't getting plays for free. So then people could go to my MySpace, use the Z file or mega upload back in the day before it was taken down. They could download the beat for free, make a song, send it to me. And then we just go back and forth on me trying to find some writers. It worked for about 10 Mondays in a row. And then I'm just like, yo, like most of these people are ass. The records sound like they recorded it off their iPhone in the toilet. I'm out. Like I can't be doing this shit no more. And then I forgot my MySpace password. I've never logged back on to change that shit. So I apologize for the fake news that I clickbaited everyone to go check that shit out.
I know, dude. I was excited for next Monday.
Damn.
So everyone who's been waiting on the Mondays coming, like just be aware it's not happening, guys. Unfortunately,
just like Aria's follower.
Let's not talk about that. Okay.
Yeah, it's happening. Never.com, the new website coming out.
It was like when I was streaming like more regularly, there's like because I don't want to suck myself off, but back in the days I used to be pretty good at Fortnite, right? And people were like, "Oh, can I play with you?" And I don't want to play with people I don't know, right? Like because like they could say the N-word on stream and I'm banned, you know.
Yeah, they're like that for sure.
Yeah, because
they really are though.
Harry, for example, like a guy we knew, he said the N-word with a hard fucking R. And on
We
Corey's
haven't talked to him
stream.
since.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him since. Shout out to Harry. Just kidding. No, but I was like, okay, I kind of want to do it because, like, I mean, they're supporting me watching the stream, so I might as well, play with them. So I said, okay, every Friday. And at first, I missed it because I genuinely had shit to do. And then I was like, I don't want to play with these guys. So I'm not gonna. But yeah, people are still asking about it.
I hope all those people that have been waiting for the Fridays listen to this podcast and they make it to the end of the podcast, which is now, and they're like, wait, you're not going to play with us?
No, I did tell them now because I don't stream anymore in that way. So I told them, I was like, look, I don't stream anymore. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. And the guy, he replied, he's like, K. He just hit me out with the K. So yeah.
He's offended. He's already unfollowed on every social media. He has
blocked you.
Voodoo
let's
curses
talk about
on you.
that, dude. So I made what did I do? I made a video where I listened to Queen covers because I can't sing, right? So I made that video, and one guy who's been on my channel in the comment section for like a year or some shit like that, he commented and he said, "Amazing," in quotations, amazing content. Like, what a fucking dick thing to say. Like, what the fuck? What do you want me to do? So I replied to him. Oh, let me find this comment. There we go. Yeah, he's an amazing content. And I reply, if you don't like it, you could always unsubscribe and get the fuck out of my comment section. Because, like, why the fuck would you say that?
Because you didn't play with him, bro. Like, he's hurt. He's still hurt in the butt. He's AntMan right now.
He doesn't even play Fortnite, dude. He plays, like, Geometry Dash or some shit.
Geometry Dash? No, that's so trash.
Dude, he kept coming into my stream. It's like, let's play Geometry Dash. I'm like, what? That is such a weird thing to say. Like, imagine if I go to like Corey's stream and I'm like, you're making music? Let's play PUBG. Like, it's what the fuck?
I can actually extrapolate on this though. There's a lot of people that came in playing Fortnite, and do you remember when people it might have been Cypher and some of these guys, but Counter-Strike came out with their new game, and people were so pissed. It's like, bro, we all subscribe to you to watch you play Fortnite. Why are you playing this other stupid game? So now streamers had to go back and start putting variety streamer, because that means, yeah, I'm doing Fortnite, but I'm going to be playing all these other games, because what ends up happening is your legions of loyal fans, they start off with you for one thing, but now when you start veering off to, let's say, experiment, find yourself, or do some next shit that you have fun with, they get hurt in the butt because, like, that's not what we signed up for.
I mean, that's what happened with Apex Legends. Like, I remember, Corey, you told me that Ninja was, like, upset that he had 40,000 viewers.
Yeah.
That is insane. Really, how can you be upset about that? Like, I get it if you, like, I don't know, what is the average when he plays Fortnite? Isn't that the same? Doesn't he average 40K?
Now I think he does, but before, around that time, I think he was around, like, 55K or so.
There's a decline, right? So the rise of Tfue definitely did that. So he was, before, like, when he was playing with Drake, it was, like, fucking 250, 300. And then you saw a dip. He averaged about between 90 and 100. Tfue started rising. Cypher, Tim the Tatman, all his boys started getting more notoriety.
Shroud with Apex, dude. Oh my god, he averaged like 80K on like a game that's not Fortnite. That's insane.
It's crazy. So I don't know. I think it's just, it's championship mentality. You're the champion for so long. You've had the belt. You won everything, and now other people are stepping on your toes. Tfue now averages 75K and 100 grand, 100K a night. Ninjas barely gets 40 to 50, and now people are just like, yo, this is the tide turning. Other gamers are going to come in. There's going to be a new champion every 3-4 months that, like, they're doing it, they're gaming, people are engaging, and they just love them better, but that's how it is. But he's always going to be the first. You know, there's only going to be one dude that really got gaming popping off, at least Twitch terms, because, I mean, there's so many gamers before. Shroud's been playing how many years and doing all his shit even prior to Ninja.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja brought in a lot of, like, non-Twitch viewers into Twitch, like, from his YouTube channel and from, like, Instagram clips and stuff like that. And he always promoted his Twitch. And from that means that they found out about the platform and then searched up, like, I don't know, Tim the Tatman, Shroud, other people. He's, like, a huge positive for Twitch. Like, he's a
Plus, he
huge
did
positive.
have have Drake tweet out his stream whenever they play together. So...
And Drake doesn't even tweet.
Bonus.
It's that more of a big thing. Drake never tweets.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that is insane. Anyways, anything you want to plug before we end the episode, real quick?
Definitely not my MySpace. That's been a RIP for a long time.
So check out the MySpace and myspace.com/jazzfeezy. Links everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Bouncing around. No, but you can find Jazz on Instagram, Twitter. And if you're bad at Fortnite, now we got a friend.
Damn. True. And Twitch, of course. Twitch. So those are my main three. Twitter,
oh,
Instagram,
yeah,
and Twitch. There you go. I have a Facebook, but like all I'm doing to Facebook is like, hey, anyone that's actually here, come find me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter, where I'm actually located.
Dude, I deleted my Facebook account like 2 months ago, and I forgot about it. Like, it's such a dead platform, I feel like. I don't know.
My mom's been yelling at me to change my profile picture because it's so old. And I'm just like, I don't go on Facebook.
I don't know, man. I don't get Facebook. It's so boring. Anyways, anything else you want to plug, Jazz? Great platform.
I'm about to play Fortnite real quick, so I'm loading in. I'm about to slap these guys in the playground. So if you guys want to meet us,
that is a yikes and a half. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. Follow us at Twitter, Instagram at The Not Boring Show. I'm Arya. I've been here with Corey, my co-host, and Jazz, the guest. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Jazz, for being on the show.
Dude, anytime I'm allowed back, I promise I'm a beat maker. I'll give you all my credentials, and hopefully I can make it back one day.